for A, having the game, B, putting the Loretta Lynn's track on it, and C, holding that tournament last night. That was awesome. We're underway here in the 7 to 8 50cc class. Ryder Ellis, as you mentioned, Kevin, was the top gunner in the first moto, and by a long way. We were seeing, I think, maybe the first scrubs I've ever seen on a 50. He was actually kicking the back out, trying to backside, and he was tripling the finish line jump.
He doubled right in front of us here, hits this camelback, then hits everything like a 250F rider does. So Darren Pine, though, gave him a run for his money. He finished 4 seconds behind him. He was way out, but Ellis is now back in the number 7 spot.
Pine out of Texas, leading right now on the 58 as he goes through the 10 commandments. Looking good right now as Pine. We had the folks from Three Palms Action Sports Park here yesterday saying Pine is one of their local riders out of Texas. They were proud of him. We also saw the 51, Gage Dunham, a podium rider as well in the first moto. Got that distinctive mohawk on the helmet. He's in contention. Yep.
So right now it is Darren Pine. He finished second. Now he wants to win this one. And, dude, he's set up. A 2-1 will be tough to beat for sure. But we're going to watch the progress of Ryder Ellis. He's got the bright yellow helmet. He'll come into view there on the left side of your screen. Plenty of time to go here. We're going 45 minutes plus 8 laps for the 50s. That's right. Isn't that right? Alex Hunter nodding his head. Nope, that is incorrect. Absolutely.
30 plus 2.
30 plus 2. 30 plus 2. Let's go all day. There he is. That is not 58. That is a 51 now.
That's Dunham.
Dunham. Is he up front? We've lost someone here.
Yeah, well, Pine was in the lead. I'm not sure. Oh, he's still circulating. He's up front. Yeah, he's so far out front. We just saw the top of his helmet getting away. So we're watching the 51 of Dunham in second. Gage Dunham trying to get a Gage on the leader. Darren Pine. Pine is in the forest.
In the forest, if you will, but not out of the trees yet. There he is, the 44 of Ryder Ellis, your first moto winner. Back in traffic right now.
He's already up to third.
Wheel in a hurry. Got to get to school. First day of school now for
looking
Ryder
for an
Ellis.
alternate route, perhaps. But he did it. He got up to third. So now we've got 3 of the big established all-star players in this 7 to 8 50 class duking it out. Pine, Dunham, Ellis, Wyatt Duff. A great job in fourth. Whoa. Look at Ryder Ellis putting the pressure on the 51.
That left elbow in there, making room to get around. All the fans love it.
Yep.
The heavy hitters of the 50cc 7 to 8 class, the crafty veterans, the knowledge they brought to this class. Side by side, Jason Wygant. Look at him. It's a sprint.
Around the outside, which will turn into the inside for Ryder Ellis. Oh, but Dunham not having any of it. Dunham, great job. Oh, he's going to try to beat him all the way to the spot, and he did.
Like fighter pilots, their lines crisscross there.
Dunham still in the number 2 spot. How long can he hold it? Because Ryder Ellis is throwing everything he has at it, with Darren Pine trying to get away with a 5-second lead. These 2 Cobra riders still fighting for it.
Oh, he comes in for the Supercross pass. Ryder Ellis stands him up. That was epic, right? Look at him scrubbing. The other kid sees him. He wants to scrub a little bit.
They did a little scrub in the doubles of the 10 commandments. Both of them did. This is next level riding on these 50s. Great job by Gage Dunham on the 51 to try to hold Ryder Ellis off, but Ellis would not be denied. He saw the inside line in that berm and went for the block pass. No contact, but just shut him down enough.
Wow.
It was clean.
So we're still watching that 51 rider of Gage Dunham. He has gotten shuffled back to third, and this is where you're going to see Ryder Ellis stretch those little 5T legs out here. Got the size 24 pant in that. What'd you say he's probably wearing there?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Now we're starting to jump some stuff. He couldn't jump some of the bigger jumps while he was behind Gage Dunham. Now he can really do it.
Yes, he was complaining. I can't even jump some of the bigger jumps. There's other kids.
He's in my way.
Oh, tell them to settle down. Well, we were talking about it yesterday. When you get into a battle, you try to teach these kids, you got to share the rut.
Share the rut. Share the track.
Yep. You don't be selfish.
And you weren't even using the rut. Now you want to use the rut because he's in the rut now.
Exactly.
You haven't played used that rut in years. Put all the old ruts up in the attic there, and you start going through the old ruts, playing with them.
Yeah, you cycle them in, cycle them out. You bring out a rut they haven't seen in 6 months, and suddenly they're so excited to play with that rut again.
And then the older you get, you go back and buy that same rut you had as a 7-year-old in the 57A class, and you just put it up on the wall.
Yeah. It just reminds you of the good old days.
Find it on eBay.
Yeah,
I used to race that rut right there. Here we go.
Here is Gage Dunham third, Wyatt Duff still fourth, Tace Morgan fifth, Jackson McCarty is sixth.
McCarty.
Uriah Woods seventh, Tatum Michaelis is eighth, Hunter Porco ninth, and Colt Martin rounds out the top 10.
There's the race just out of the mechanics area. You can look and see Ryder Ellis has tracked him down. Darren Pine He's going to bring that Pine down to the ground, chopping you off at the knees.
So we need to check in
Timber!
with our leader, the 28 of Pine here. We got to find him on RacerTV. He should be in the long short shoot.
Yep, coming out of that, heading down towards the 10 Commandments as Ryder Ellis is trying to run him down. Oh, a little bit of a problem there for Ellis. Lost about 2 seconds.
Oh. So Pine able, to stretch it back out into the 10 Commandments, and that's going to help. But there's still plenty of time for Ellis to go back after Pine. Now on RacerTV, we see Duff on the 57. See the one with the jet fighter limo tint goggles?
That's him. Top in.
And then Chase Morgan is the one putting the pressure on him on the number 81. Those are the two you see battling on the screen. This is for 4th place as we go into the 10 Commandments. Chase Morgan to the inside, taking the position away from Duff.
Flagger showing the guns out there. Wow, getting those things tanned up. These are actually bibs for these kids when they go home, because they spill all their cereal all over their school clothes.
Oh, so they use the
their
bib.
Race bib is actually used when they eat SpaghettiOs and ramen noodles.
They snap on. These ones snap on. They don't go over the back.
Little race bib.
Yep. Darren Pine is your leader. We'll try to check in and see how big the gap is, because Ryder Ellis made that mistake. Didn't go down, but just lost a little bit of ground. And Pine second, I believe, in that first moto, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so this is a battle for all the marbles right now. And marbles are actually very important to these kids. Some of them even play with them. So you do want to get all the marbles. That's what Ryder Ellis is looking for. He wants a 1-1 score, but he's going to have to track down Darren Pine to do it.
It is a Pinewood Derby right now. We are watching. In fact, Ellis has dropped back a spot. There's the 51 has gotten around Ellis. That problem continued. He was very close, 1.8 seconds behind our leader. He had a problem, drops back a spot. And now Gage Dunham has gotten around Ellis.
Wow, that's changed in a hurry.
There's LaCobra.
Alex Hunter from the AMA dating himself, saying, oh, kids don't play with marbles anymore. What is this, the 1950s? Oh, no, just like video games on YouTube. Just search marble races on YouTube. Dude, there are some of the gnarliest. Some guy built a marble track on the beach. It must go 2 miles, like just slightly downhill. And they'll drop 10 marbles in, and they're going in and out of all these lines. And the announcing, I've got nothing for these marble race announcers. Yes, marble race announcers. So if you can get some internet here, I suggest you pay for the Wi-Fi. Type in marble race on YouTube. It'll match anything we're bringing to this tower.
No. There's Ryder Ellis trying to match Gage Dunham. Dunham on the 51 machine, got the Mohawk. He's in the number 2 spot. Ryder Ellis trying to get back into championship contention. He's got to get around Gage Dunham to even tie with your current leader, Darren Pine, who has a 2 and a 1 right now. He would then have a 1-2. So Ryder Ellis, do you think Gage Dunham has a memory of that pass earlier? He's like, oh, I remember that pass, son. You don't stand me up like that. But here comes Ryder Ellis.
Right back on him.
He is drawed up right alongside the 51 of Ryder Ellis. Gage Dunham on the inside. Now they're going to sprint down out of Storyland. And Ryder Ellis took him a full lap and a half to get around, back around Gage Dunham. Here is your My Lucas Oil top 10. It's Darren Pine out front, Gage Dunham in the number 3 spot now as Ryder Ellis has moved into 2. Wyatt Duff is 4th, Christopher Harris 5th, Tace Morgan 6th, Jackson McCarty 7th, Tatum Michaels 8th, Uriah Wood 9th, Colt Martin rounds out your top 10 as we continue to watch the battle between the number 44. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there. Those ruts really causing some problems for Ryder Ellis as he goes for the big jumps now under the Kawasaki step down here through the big sand roller as we pick that battle up for the number 2 spot. Ryder Ellis 9 seconds behind our leader, number 58, Darren Pine, who comes past the finish line as we speak. So Ryder Ellis comes around the finish line turn. He's going to double again, hit the big triple here, and he goes for the finish line jump. Tunnel of Love as well.
It's a good battle here. Dunham versus Ellis and Pine. .44 of Ellis now in that second place spot, but I don't think he's going to have time to go after your race leader, Darren Pine. And I'm headed down to the podium because this one's going to wrap up shortly.
So Ryder Ellis trying to chop into that lead. He's only 7 seconds back behind Darren Pine. He has made up some time, folks. He was 9 seconds back. And he is trying to reel in the number 58 of Darren Pine. Now around the Rocky Mountain ATV sweeper. And there is Darren Pine. He's got him in his sights. 5 tiny little bike lengths. We know that's not many. Not much distance because the bikes are so small. Look at Ryder Ellis. He is riding like a man possessed. He can see him. There is blood in the water. Big problems there for Darren Pine as he has got Ryder Ellis hot on his wheels. Right in front of us, the 58 to 44. First and second. You can throw a tiny baby blanket over the both of them. His grandmother crocheted the blanket. I'm going to throw right over him. And this is where Ryder Ellis makes a ton of time up. He's able to double these big jumps. Couldn't do it that time. Ryder in front of him. And Ryder Ellis across in front of the billboards we go with our leader, Darren Pine, number 58. Down by the mechanics area. He'll pop back out. There's the 58. He comes through clean. Looking for a white flag here. So there is the 58. So the 58 still leading. Big problems though. Pine knows it. Ellis might have gotten around him, and he did. Ryder Ellis was 9 seconds back 2 laps ago. He has gotten around Darren Pine. He is wanting to go 1-1, a perfect week. Can Darren Pine remount? He is right there behind him. And Darren Pine was surprised by Ryder Ellis. Had a scary mask on, woke him up with a big air horn. So the 44 of Ryder Ellis started about 7th, came up to the number 2 spot, fell 9 seconds back of your current leader, Darren Pine. And now he is out front. An unbelievable ride. A 2:19 lap time for Ryder Ellis. And a 2:25 for Darren Pine. So big problems on that lap for your leader, Darren Pine. And now Ryder Ellis trying to go 1-1. What an epic ride for Ryder Ellis. Center part of the racetrack, Kawasaki step down. That's where you'll find a bright yellow helmet. The 44 of Ryder Ellis has made the impossible possible. Yellow flags are out. He's got to work his way through here. What a breakout ride here. Ryder Ellis, outstanding. Doubles right out of that. Doubles again. And Darren Pine trying to follow him around. Ellis up and over the tunnel of fun, not the tunnel of love, just tunnel of fun for these guys. Past the billboards. And Darren Pine desperately trying to run down Ryder Ellis, but Ryder Ellis just too much. A 2:20 lap time for Ellis, a 2:24 for Pine, 2:25 for Dunham. You talk about digging deep, doing it at the right time. Ryder Ellis, unbelievable ride here. He just kept turning up the heat. I'm a fan. I'm on board. We're going to go ahead and get everybody on board the Ryder Ellis bus. Hop on board. Joseph Stewart, we need to see you to the MX trailer. Joseph Stewart, we need to see you to the MX Sports trailer, please. Joseph Stewart, please report to the MX Sports trailer.
Hey,
Pine,
Kevin.
hanging tough. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Trying to sort this out. So I see the 3rd place rider, Gage Dunham, has come in. So did the other two, they mustn't have seen the checkered flag.
Oh, they're still racing. Okay.
They kept going?
They might not have given them the checker flag.
So we're going to call it victory laps. They just kept on battling.
Yeah, and I hope they don't hurt themselves because they are battling like there's no tomorrow.
Still
battling. Yeah, about 2 seconds separate Ellis and Pine.
And the race is over.
Race is over. They're just going to keep racing, Jason. They're going to fly right past you at the podium, shoot down to the creek. They're going to have a swimming race. Then they're going to have a foot race. a sack race, tug of war, to finally finish off the day with a spelling bee at 9 o'clock tonight. And Ryder Ellis just putting it overtime. He looks over his shoulder. I'm telling you, the kid is pushing so hard. And he's going to think he got like 19th because he's going to be the 30th guy to get the checker flag now. It's all good. Ryder Ellis is going to win it twice. Oh, bummer. And exactly what I did not want to happen. Our second place rider, nope, he's down. Ellis will make it through the lap traffic. That kid just went down hard. I thought that was our second place rider, but Ryder Ellis will come across, and he's going to win 2 times. Ryder Ellis wins twice. Look at that, style for days. Ryder Ellis got the big one-hander. He threw a one-hander. The judges like it. Jason Wygant, look at that. He is hyped. Woo! He is pumped. Ryder Ellis, get this helmet off me. Hey, Darren Pine, heck of a ride, young man. He finishes up 2 seconds. He matched that lap time that he didn't even have to do. They both ran 2:22s. He finishes 2 seconds behind Ryder Ellis. Gage Dunham will finish up 3rd. They'll go 7 laps. Everybody else went 6.
Reminds me of a classic story where one day Rick Johnson brought his 500 out to the practice track in California, and Jeff Ward showed up on the same day. They were rivals. One started a moto. RJ looked over. Wardy had just started his moto. They were on opposite sides of the track, and they just kept marking each other. And RJ's like, I'm not pulling off until he pulls off. And they just kept riding and riding and riding and riding until they ran out of gas.
That is fantastic. That's what you just saw that. Ryder
That's
Ellis,
right.
Darren Pine and Gage Dunham. That is your top 3. Jason Wygant, can't wait to hear what these young men have to say. We'll send it down to you.
Thanks, Kevin. We got it right here. Ryder Ellis wouldn't give up. He got up the second. He made a mistake. He just kept coming, and he ends up winning his second moto of the week. Let's hear it for Ryder Ellis. Do you even realize you did an extra lap? Yeah, here we go. I didn't know. Both of you were battling so hard. You rode right through the checkered flag and just kept on going. You got 1-1 scores, man, but this one was tough. You really fought for this moto win. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I went down in the back section, like the second lap. I started to catch up, and then Pine went down, so I tried to catch up to him, and I made the pass the next lap, so, yeah.
Congratulations. Who do you want to thank, Ryder?
The Lord for keeping me safe, Cobra, CB Race Team, Asterisk, Alpine Stores, Dunlop, Bell Ray, PR2, Tyson, Scott, Fly, 60, Roost, Nature's Bakery, everybody else, thank you so much.
Ryder Ellis with the gold. Congratulations, Ryder. Great racing throughout that one. Darren Pine put up a heck of a charge. He ends up in second. You want to come on up? Well, this young man has nothing to be ashamed of. He's been up on the podium several times. He ends up with a silver. Let's hear it for Darren Pine. Right over here. You got to lead a lot of that one. Tell me about your race.
It was good. I got off to a good start. Just tried to ride my own race. I led for a couple laps. Then a rider tried to pass me. So.
Who do you want to thank for a good, solid silver medal?
Mom and Dad, my trainers, Kyle Regal, He's Moto Lab, 100%, Roost, Cobra, Freedom MX, BTO, 100%. Anyone else I forgot? Thank you.
There it is, Darren Pine, second place. Good job, Darren. Thank you. And Gage Dunham, the Mohawk rider, takes third. There you go. Come on over to the center here. Let's hear it for Gage Dunham. Tell me about your race, Gage.
It was the best thing I've ever had. It's a dream come true.
Really? Why? Yeah. Why is that? Just to be up on the box?
Yeah. It was amazing to be up here. All the people from around the United States, from different countries, come here and race around Lynn's. 42 people coming down.
It is. That's what it's all about. Exactly. Good stuff. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Dream Team, Choyo, my mechanic. I also want to thank Zach Mashburn, Kyle Rigo, Quick Moto Ranch for training me, Trevor, Derek Anderson treating me a couple months before around Lynn. Also want to thank 100% 7. Also want to thank 60, PR2, Mitten Motorcycle. I couldn't do without them. Thank you so much.
There it is, everybody. Good job, Gage. Thank you. And I got to give the whole shot award. I believe that went to Pine. So I got to hook him up with that. Darren Pine is your Bell Helmets whole shot award winner. He already did a podium interview. We'll give him the money, and I'm going to send it back to the tower. Are you listening to me up there? Here's your Bell Helmets whole shot award. If you guys want to take some photos, congrats, Darren. And I'll send it back up.